Good morning, Oakview, and welcome to day 30 of virtual learning. Our vision is to promote a high-performing culture and climate that inspires our community of learners to achieve academic excellence. Our mission is to reach, to teach, and to equip. And our theme for the year is maximizing our potential. At this time, let's all recite our student creed.
Hi, my name is Elliot Johnson, and I'm third grade, and I am going to say the Oakville Elementary School Creed. I am an Oakville Elementary School student. I have great expectations for myself. I accept the challenge to become the best student that I can be. I am proud of my school. The vision of Oakview is to promote a high-performing culture and climate to inspire our community of learners to achieve academic excellence. I accept the responsibility for my behavior and its results. I am determined to be safe, responsible, productive, and respectful. I have high expectations for myself, and I will reach my full potential. I will choose to be great.
Just a reminder, please make sure we're taking care of our civic duties by registering to vote as we quickly approach the November election window. As well, make sure that you have completed your census for your household for 2020. We did end our 4.5 week of progress. And so you should be able to check Infinite Campus now for grades. Parents, if you do not have an Infinite Campus account, please continue to email or Class Dojo Miss Wendy Jackson, our parent liaison, and she is quickly providing those activation keys to each of you. Please note that this is a real-time database, and so as soon as she receives your request and gets that activation key to you, you're able to see real time into the teacher's grade book. So if you don't get it, for those of you that didn't get it by Friday, you haven't missed anything. This is a wonderful way to use the grade book as a checklist to see what's missing for your child. And whatever is missing, please take this time to get those assignments made up so that you can see the average that you would like to see from each of your students. We have, as we quickly approach reopening of schools, we'll begin that planning conversation this week in the building. So parents will start sharing that information with you. And as more information is shared with the district, by the district office with me, I will be sure to let you know firsthand what's going on. One way for sure to keep abreast of the timeline for coming back into school is if you watch the news or you're keeping up with the COVID cases. Superintendent Watson Harris has made it very clear in her newsletters and various forums that DeKalb will not re-enter the building in any phase until we have less than 100 cases per 100,000 persons. And so that's one way for you to be able to keep up with it, and it has to be for 14 days consecutively. So if you'll just keep a watch of that through the news on what our daily case numbers look like, they usually check it after the 3:30 time frame, so that will give you an idea. And last but not least, now that we have gotten into a rhythm with virtual learning, and yes, we know that there are still some opportunities for growth on both sides, on both the school part as well as the home front. I just wanted to share with you the 10 secrets to success for virtual learning that have been shared by the district. The first one, of course, is to make sure that your student is dressed for success. We still have quite a bit of students who are showing up in pajamas and in the bed. One of the things that we found is helpful is if you get your students up and ready as if they were going to school, sometimes that helps out create a safe and classroom space for them. I know many of you are working, and so you may have other care providers working with your children during the day, but if possible, create a classroom space for your students. Make sure they're prepared the night before. Make sure they have everything they need for school the next morning. Actively participate. Although you may not be able to be a part of the learning during the day, be active in participating, checking Google Classroom, checking Infinite Campus, double checking with your students to make sure that they're completing their assignments, asking them about the learning targets and the success criteria. The success criteria that you see in the teacher's Google Classroom, if your students can meet that success criteria, then you know that they have been successful learning that particular standard. And if they cannot give you information to demonstrate that success, then that is when you can reach out to the teacher, plan parent conferences to say, hey, my kid is not able to meet the demands of the success criteria and the learning targets that you have posted in Google Classroom. What can we do to intervene to help my child be successful? So that's one way that you can actively participate. Make sure that your children have a break. Don't allow them to sit and stare at the computer screen for 3 and 4 hours. They do need to stand up and take stretch breaks, take restroom breaks frequently, and just make sure that they stay engaged. Make sure that if there is an opportunity for needing assistance, that you're reaching out for help. We're all in this together, and we have various opportunities for assistance. Not only is it academic, but we also have our counselors available, our social worker is available, and Ms. Wendy Jackson is available if you're in need of additional support. As far as interventions, if your student is a candidate for the EIP services, EIP team did reach out last week, and that will begin this week. If your student is a student who has an IEP, their case manager should be reaching out to you, and you all should be working daily and weekly on the goals that are set in the child's IEP. We also have parent support who's calling and checking in with parents and students as the need arises. So please reach out for help if you need anything. During our counseling time on Wednesdays, that's also a wonderful opportunity for your children to voice concerns. Stay connected. Many of you have said, Preston, you give a lot of information. I would rather err in the side of giving too much information than not giving enough. So make sure that you stay connected. Know what's going on at the school. If you're not able to check all of your messages in a day, that's fine. But please set aside some time during your week to check messages and make sure that you're connected with what's going on in the school. Remain positive. It's difficult for all of us. This is not easy. Just as you have multiple children at home, you're trying to balance work and make sure that your children have their needs cared for. So are we on the school front. Please be reminded, majority of my staff are parents, and many of them are parents of school-age children. And so not only are we trying to do our jobs and provide continuous instruction for your students, but we're also having to homeschool and virtual learn with our children and balance, just like you. So please remain positive. We are all in this together. Ms. Bussey does a great job with giving you positive motivation every morning. I hope that that has been beneficial to you. We're trying to be positive. We ask that you give that in return, and many of you are, and we truly appreciate that. Read remotely. Ms. Johnson, our media specialist, has provided many opportunities for our students to connect with the Media Center. There are online digital books, and we'll be talking about how you can check out books from the Media Center from the school in the very near future. But please make sure your children are continuing to read. If you have books around the house, if you have magazines coming in, please just make sure that they're continuing to read on a regular basis. And then above all else, make sure that you're eating and staying healthy. If you're in need of the lunches that are provided by the school, please make sure that you're taking advantage of that. It's still going every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But please keep yourself nutritionally healthy, physically healthy, mentally healthy, and spiritually healthy. We love you at Oakview, and we hope that you have a wonderful Monday.
Boys and girls, don't forget, every single Monday at 7 p.m., the best principal in the world, Principal Presley, is going to read you a bedtime story only on Zoom. So I need you to look for the code. I need you to look for the meeting ID. And Mondays at 7 p.m., tell mom, dad, grandma, grandpa to log into Zoom so Principal Presley can read you a bedtime story. Make sure you got your favorite pajamas. Make sure you have eaten your dinner. Make sure you have brushed your teeth, and then you get ready for bedtime story with Principal Presley every single Monday, 7 p.m. on Zoom. It is now time for the synonym section. Synonyms are words that have same or similar meaning. Today we're doing synonyms for the word boring. Boring. Synonyms for the word boring.
Tedious. Dull. Uninteresting. Mundane. So instead of saying boring, you can say, this book is dull. I love synonyms because they make your writing spicy. You are the smartest kids in the world at the best school in the world. And with that being said, have a great day, Oakview.